What is up, guys? I'm really excited for this video because this video is going to be something kind of new. We're going to be looking at Twinmotion 2020. You might be wondering, what the heck is Twinmotion? It's basically the new best, like freaking awesome real-time rendering scene builder that you can absolutely use. It's really cool, and I've got the 2020 release trailer to show you, and as I play this, I want to just comment over the top of it, give you some ideas of how you can use it and what you can expect from me and on this channel, because I'm going to be using Twinmotion 2020 quite a lot. So a quick rundown of Twinmotion 2020. It was originally bought by Epic Games, who also owns Unreal Engine. So if you're familiar with that at all, the capabilities of Unreal Engine are just through the roof. The gaming engine that it is it's awesome, and I've used that a bit. It's just more than you might need for a typical architecture project or presentation, whatever it might be. But Twinmotion is like one, if not 1,000 steps beyond that Unreal Engine in terms of ease of use and just the quality you get. The quality you get out of the box and the capabilities that you have within Twinmotion are amazing. So I'm going to get right into this trailer and comment over the top before I waste any more of your time. This is going over what's new in Twinmotion 2020. Come on, like volumetric light. Have you ever seen anything like this in an architecture presentation? Now, I will say, maybe you're not going for this necessarily, like some really detailed looking video, but I can tell you there's plenty of times where I would need to see some of this in an architecture presentation, whether it be a video or just a still image. Like, this is ridiculous. The seasons, the time changing, like the detail and the cinematic depth of field. Again, maybe you don't necessarily need that all the time, but the quality you can get from all this is just amazing. The lights, just crazy. Emissive materials, we all love emissive materials. Like, come on, that's the best thing to use. Look at that, that's really great. And all of the nature, all of this is kind of built in within I said Inkscape, Twinmotion. It will be compared to Inkscape, that is for sure, and I'll do that comparison myself here in the near future. But this is one of the best parts. There's an option to use something like phasing, and it's going to basically highlight different models that you have in your model, different links you have. Whether you have different consultant models, you can highlight those a different way. All the notes that you can put everywhere. Look at like the trees. They're, instead of actually just having the trees scale up, you can actually choose to like actually have them grow as if they're physically growing over time. The detail here is just ridiculous. It's really easy to make some of these effects that you need. And like, look at this. One slider can make this entire scene full of trees, and it's amazing. Obviously there's this Twinmotion works with, I think it's Rhino, Archiviz, Revit, like all guys, SketchUp, like all kinds of stuff. So you're not going to be left out in the cold. All kinds of different characters that are basically fully animated out of the box. Someone is going, like, this has been kind of directly compared to Lumion, because really what it can offer, it's essentially doing what Lumion does, but in my opinion a little better, because honestly it's like a direct link. You've got a direct link from your model to Twinmotion. So I'm in just the basic Revit 2020 out of the box template, and I'm in Twinmotion, and this is what it looks like to be in a new project. And in this case, it is pulling from all your materials that you have in the project, and they're not that great. But again, I'm not going to go through this, like how to use it all in this video. It's just a basic review of things you can do, things you might want to do. But like, there's so much that I can do just out of the box. Like, I can click on materials. This glass looks completely terrible, so I can click on glass, and let's say, maybe I want this to be a clear glass. As soon as I do that, I can see all the way through it like I need to. It's properly looking clear glass. Of course, this looks ridiculous, all the wood on these doors, whatever. So I can scroll to wood and choose any one of these woods. Maybe you even get some nice previews here. Maybe I don't want it to be necessarily slats. I just want this kind of one solid looking piece of wood. Of course, you've got all the different kinds. Like, this goes on forever. Of course, maybe that looks great right there. Now that looks mostly the same, I will be honest, but we can change the scale, we can boost the scale up, we can rotate this. Of course, maybe we want this to be moving vertically instead of horizontal there. Maybe we want the wood to run a different direction. So we've got the rotation, and you can change that to anything you want. I can also input a specific number if I want 90 degrees. That looks really good. Of course, maybe we want to jack with the scale some more. We can boost the scale even more if we want this to look a little more natural. Again, maybe we want to add a different material to this green, of course, because that looks ridiculous. Maybe we want to look at wall coverings. There's all kinds of different wall coverings here. Just a simple rough coating, something like that. Again, the scale looks kind of weird. You can bring that up some. Or maybe we want something that's just a painted wall or a shiny painted wall. Now this floor looks kind of weird, so maybe we want to add, let's make this a concrete floor. Again, we've got all the nice looking previews here. Really nice, really well done. This is all out of the box. I have not had to make a new material or anything like that. This is completely out of the box. There's nothing more to do here besides make it look like what you want. Now we want this concrete, and we can put it here on the floor, bring the scale up some more, because that looks a little weird. Once we do that, we can really see that it's looking really good, and it doesn't take too long to make this scene look good. We can bump up the reflection if we want this, a more polished look to the concrete. It takes almost no time to make this look really nice. And of course, then I can go into metal, and I probably want some sort of, let's say, this dark carbon look here for my mullions. Look at that. Maybe I want the reflection to be slightly less, a little more. That takes no time. So you might be asking, is there any use in having materials in Revit at all? Well, gosh, maybe not. At this point, you can actually not only use all these different materials that they have, but you're able to make new materials and save them into Twinmotion templates for yourself. That is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So you could literally have a library of Twinmotion materials that you bring all your Revit projects into, and you don't have to worry about all your materials as far as appearance goes in your Revit project. It's just all about the data at that point. And so when you bring it into Twinmotion, everything you need to do here is simply to pull over and assign your materials. It's that simple. As long as you have them assigned in Revit, it's just the same way. Every mullion material is the same here, and so it's based on how it's brought in. Again, maybe now we want to look at all the different options we have as far as landscaping goes. It's just kind of ridiculous. I can choose full landscapes just to I can drag it in, and as soon as I do that, it's gonna change the landscape completely, and it's gonna do that really quickly too, and it's gonna quickly add all the grass and everything that you might want from this kind of flat landscape here. So I've got this flat landscape. It looks nice. I can easily sculpt the terrain. I can change the diameter here. You can see that this is really easy to do and adjust. Obviously, this is kind of ridiculous and looks kind of silly, but you can do this in no time, and it looks really great, and it takes almost no time to get this looking really interesting. You can change there's all different kinds of options you have with sculpting the terrain. You can even paint the terrain. Painting the terrain with all these different kinds of materials is really easy. It's so amazingly easy to get everything that you need from this program really quickly, because it's all just built in out of the box. It's so easy. Of course, maybe we want some trees in there, but we can actually go to the vegetation paint. We can actually just paint on vegetation. Maybe I want this tree, that tree, and this tree. I want to paint all of these throughout my scene. Well, I can hit with a paintbrush, choose my diameter that's a little bigger, and then just simply paint these around. That is so crazy. And because I've painted this there, it becomes its own object. And then I can simply add another tree to it, and then I get that tree painted on as if it's already mixed in with this previously painted set. Guys, this is crazy. I can then go to settings for this particular selection. I can actually select all of that. And with all of this selected, I can go to weather, and I can literally change the look of all of these different trees and everything to change the season. This is ridiculous. I'm in the middle of winter, so now there's snow everywhere, and the leaves are off the tree. This is so silly, and it's so easy. Like, look at that. I can change the weather here. I can make the weather actually rain, and like as if I'm living in a floodplain now. But it's even the trees respond to this, and I can make it raining. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. Fully sunshine, everything like that. But one of the coolest things is with this selected, I can choose the growth. So typically with most programs, you're dealing with trees. You can just simply scale it up and down. Like, okay, it's bigger now, it's shorter, smaller. But now they have this growth option that's available in 2020, and it's literally the life of the tree. So if I put it at 0, it's kind of like, hey, I just planted this tree. It's what it might look like. And then you can physically watch it grow. It's not just scaling up, but it's physically growing. Now, you might ask at this point, well, okay, I can fly around all day, but I want to like walk on the ground. Well, I can come up here, simply go to the eye, and I can move to the ground. And now I'm physically walking on the ground, and I can have this perspective from the ground, watching all of these trees grow and update. Like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can turn wind up. I can change the direction. I can add smog. All kinds. Like, this is crazy. You can add water. You can just take this to really the ends of the earth. And it takes almost no time to do this because it's so simple. And again, because this is linked within my Revit model, as I update all of this model information, I can simply send this back to Twinmotion. And I have a separate project that is my Twinmotion project that I'm going to save, in my Revit project folder. And I can continuously update that over and over again. You're constantly able to do that and update and work within one scene as your model updates. It's absolutely fantastic. I covered just an absolute scratch of the surface of all the different possibilities that you could do with Twinmotion. Like, there's so much more that can be done, but I'm going to have to leave it at this because this is just simply a preview and my review, because I'm going to use this so much. It's so simple to use, and while this scene may just look like a jumbled mess, because honestly it does, this is going to be something fantastic. I would encourage you to look at other Twinmotion videos out there, reviews, whatever it might be, but definitely come back to my channel because my plan is to cover every little thing in Twinmotion because this is awesome. There's so many things that you can do, so many things that I want everyone to know when it comes to using this program, because this is going to change the architecture industry quite a bit. Because not only do you have this kind of scene that you can build in no time, but this goes directly to VR. It's useful in presentations, and really people are going to use this. And honestly, right now they're going to use it because it's so cheap. So Twinmotion 2020 was just released, I think, a week ago. I'm probably like a week late on this review, but it was released about a week ago officially. So now you can actually buy this. I think it's $500, and you've got free updates at that point until the end of 2021. That's a long time. But they also have that at 50% off right now. I don't know how long it will last, but at least right now it's $250. And there's no monthly fee, there's nothing on top of that. You basically have free updates through the end of 2021 for Twinmotion 2020. It's absolutely crazy given what it is. I would encourage everyone to take advantage of that. And finally, if you are familiar with Twinmotion at all and you used and had an account and with Twinmotion 2019, which I happen to, then Epic Games just gave you Twinmotion 2020 for free. You have all the free updates until 2021 December for free. That's absolutely crazy. I sure hope all of you did end up downloading Twinmotion 2019 at some point, because then you have 2020 for free. There's all kinds of new updates, and I'm going to have a separate video, all the new specifics that go into Twinmotion 2020. We'll test all those out. That will be coming very soon. If you enjoyed this and are looking forward to all the new Twinmotion videos coming out soon, definitely stick around. Consider demolishing that like button. That really does help me out. And if you learned something, please demolish that like button. Also consider changing the phase of that subscribe button to existing. That also really helps. I sure hope to see you in future Twinmotion videos and other videos on this channel. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.